website called virtualcollegefairs.com a couple years ago, and it's a site that helps colleges leverage social media to reach high school students with a lot of the latest Web 2.0 technologies. But I want to talk today about kind of the changes in technology and how they're affecting the upcoming high school students. And so let's get started here. According to some studies done by the College Board, all but a few high school seniors are using social networking sites on a regular basis. And Facebook is by far the social networking site of choice among this particular population. And not only are an extremely high percentage of students using these sites, but they're also spending a large amount of time when they are using them, up to 32 minutes per visit, and often at least one or more times per day. About 1/5 of students reported using social networking sites for their college search. And students are increasingly concerned about the privacy of the information that they post about themselves on social networking sites. Excuse me a moment, I'm getting a message here. Okay, sorry about that. I want to talk today about 4 of the main social media sites that are out there. There are many that are available, but I'm going to focus on the top 4 in terms of the ability to reach the high school market. Those being Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, and Twitter. And I will be briefly going over the basics of each of these sites because I know that there is often a wide range of familiarity. Some people are experts and use these every day. Some people maybe have never used them at all. So I'm just going to very briefly cover the basics of each site, but then I'm going to go into providing some specific and practical ways that you can leverage them to reach the high school market. The first one I want to cover is Twitter. It boasts over 75 million users, and about 12 million of those are of the ages 17 and under. And you can see from the chart in the year 2009, the number of users of people under the age of 25 are growing, and in particular, the percentage of users that are 17 and under increased from 10% up to 16.2% of all Twitter users. There's been a lot of debate about whether or not Twitter is an effective tool for college admissions offices to use, but the tide seems to be moving in the direction of acceptance, because each of the top 100 schools that were featured in the 2010 U.S. News & World Report college rankings has at least one Twitter account. The first strategy or suggestion I would give you if you decide to use Twitter to reach the high school market is to tweet often. The more you tweet, there tends to be a strong correlation to the number of followers that you will receive. And you can see in the bar chart on this slide, of the 100 colleges that were ranked, top 100 colleges ranked in that U.S. News & World Report study, over half of them tweet between 0 and 20 times per day. And then there's even a couple that tweet over 50 times per day. There's also things called hashtags, which are used through Twitter. And if you're not familiar with those, they can be used in a variety of ways. They can be used in a group chat format or to broadcast live feedback of an event, similar to how Break Drink is using them. And then also there are just hashtags that indicate that your tweet has to do with a particular topic. Some of the popular ones for the college admissions industry I've listed here are college, university, student, higher ed, and college admissions. So if you do have a Twitter account and you are tweeting fairly often, consider using those hashtags because a lot of people are searching for those particular terms. The second tip I have for Twitter is that you need to try to interact with your followers as much as possible. And there's 3 ways you can do that. If you're very familiar with Twitter, this will be kind of very basic for you, but there's 3 basic things. There's the @reply message, which sends a public message to a specific user, and this often elicits some sort of reply. You can use a direct message or private message, and you can also retweet messages that you messages from one of your followers that you feel are appropriate for those who follow you. And this often is a way that you can build goodwill with the users that you follow. One bonus tip I thought of, I can add it right in here, is you may want to consider setting up multiple Twitter accounts. A Twitter account specific to alumni or, say, sports fans or current students, and then have even a separate one for prospective students. And the reasoning behind this is that often news and events or resources that are appropriate for one particular audience will be useless or of little interest to those in a completely different audience. And one thing that we found through our own Twitter account is the more that you tweet relevant and interesting information, the more followers you will retain and get. The third one on this slide is that Twitter is a great way that you can leverage it to add real-time content to your own website or your other web properties around the internet. Reasoning behind this is websites always need to have fresh and up-to-date content, and through the use of a widget or some custom programming, you can insert your latest tweets into your own website, and then every time that you post a new tweet, your website automatically streams that new information and provides some real-time fresh content for your site. The last tip I have is maybe not necessarily for reaching the high school market, but we found Twitter to be an excellent tool for professional development as well. So I figured I might as well mention that as an added bonus. You can use it to network with other college admissions professionals, share advice, articles, and resources, and there are often live chats based on college admissions that go on through Twitter, and you can participate in those, and we found those to be pretty helpful. So next I want to move on to YouTube, which I'm sure you are familiar with. It's the most popular video sharing website out there today. It reaches over 100 million U.S. viewers and accounts for over 40% of the online video market. I put on a couple more stats on this slide that you can take a look at just to kind of show you how popular it is and how much that it really is prevalent in today's society. But what YouTube has in specific to the the college market has a real neat thing called YouTube EDU, and it's a place where it has compiled all of the college and university specific channels in one place. And I put on a couple screenshots of two that I thought were pretty well done. One was by Stanford University, one was by Emory University. And these channels are places where you can post videos of things such as classes, campus tours, interviews with students or professors, or even some videos of campus events. And these pages, as you can see from the screenshots, have the ability to be customized to your school by putting your school's logo, some pictures, and your school colors as well. So there is flexibility in the design, and you can keep it consistent with your school's brand and your image. Kind of a new and creative way that schools have started, or at least one school, Tufts University, they began using their YouTube channel in a new way this past year. They began accepting YouTube videos as a supplement to their applications. They received over 1,000 entries, and of those videos, some of those have received thousands of hits. So it's kind of a great way that that their school used to gain some exposure and kind of set themselves apart from other schools. So there's definitely room to use your creativity and try to set your own school apart. A third tip I have for you today is that you should think about creating a more authentic feeling campus tour video. With so many professional videos created out there today, a lot of students feel that a more authentic, kind of rough video of a campus tour provides a more realistic experience of the campus. The reason being, if you see a professional video done by a school, you of course expect them to be talking about how great it is. But if you see kind of a handheld camcorder following around one of your campus walking tours, it really gives an authentic and more trusted appearance. The third website I want to talk about is MySpace, and it currently reaches over 70 million U.S. viewers. 16% of those are ages 13 to 17, so that's over 10 million people in your target market, the high school market. One thing to keep in mind is MySpace, although it does have a very large reach in the high school market, it is losing market share to Facebook and Twitter. And this is due mainly to the fact that they do not have as strong of a mobile web presence as the other two. But there's still some great ways that you can utilize MySpace for your school. And one is to create a profile for your company on MySpace. And you should be able to add information for your school to this page, and you can embed things such as YouTube videos, and this is another place where you can leverage your Twitter accounts, kind of get your most bang for your buck on that. This profile for your company on MySpace or for your college is also free, so you don't have to worry about having any cost except for time and investment to make it look professional. It's also a great way to spur conversation between you and some prospective students. You can also advertise using MySpace. They offer both pay-per-click and pay-per-impression advertising, and you can target your ads so that they only appear to students of a specific age, gender, location, interest, education level, things like that. So you can really target, who is seeing your ad, and make sure that you're reaching the market that that you want to. You're not wasting your money buying exposure to get to the wrong people. The last area, Facebook, is probably the largest of all four, and it reaches over 103 million U.S. viewers. It has a slight skew towards females over males, but 10.4% of all users are in the ages 13 to 17. So again, that's over 10 million people in your target market, and that is growing very rapidly. That age group, 13 to 17, grew by 88% in 2009 alone. And that's probably due to the fact that not only is it gaining popularity, but it's gaining market share over MySpace, which used to be more popular among the younger demographic. So similar to MySpace, Facebook has what are called fan pages, and you can create one for your school. It kind of acts as a mini website where you can share information with your Facebook users. You can build up a fan base of prospective students, current students, and alumni, and these users can interact with your page. They can share videos, make comments, and spread your news along to your friends. So it's a way that things that you post can really kind of take advantage of what they call viral marketing, because it can spread from user to user very easily, and it can become a very powerful tool. Once you get over 25 fans, you'll be able to, on Facebook, you can change and get a URL that is specific, such as facebook.com/ and then you can have your school's name there, as opposed to some sort of just random key of or random set of numbers and letters. So you'll definitely want to look into that, because it's much better and much easier for people to find once you get over 25 fans. You can advertise on Facebook just like you can on MySpace, and target specific demographics such as age, location, and gender. And you can advertise your school's admissions website, or you can even advertise your Facebook page to try to get some more fans. You can either do pay-per-click, or you can pay per 1,000 impressions. I will say, from our experience, my company has done this quite a bit, and we found that Facebook pay-per-click is a little bit more costly than some of the other areas available online, but you are basically paying for the ability to reach your exact target demographic. Third tip I have is to utilize a tool that Facebook has created. It's called Facebook Connect. It's a way that you can add Facebook to your own website. You can add social media features such as a Facebook fan box, social comments, a share button, and a live stream box. It also has the ability to create kind of a single click registration. So with the click of a simple button, a student can share their contact information with your site, and they don't have to go about the process of re-entering all that stuff, and it just really can give you a much better conversion rate for your own website. So besides registration, there's also the ability that if your site is integrated with Facebook Connect, a Facebook user could see your content, either a story or a video or a picture, and they could easily click and share that content with their friends. They could also easily, with the click of a button, invite their friends to come see and visit your site and see that information for themselves. Some sites have even gone to the point where you can integrate. So if a student joins your site, they can also see which of their friends have also connected through Facebook to your website, and they have some other way that they can engage with their friends, but now it's through your site as well. But Facebook is facilitating it. So that kind of wraps up the social media portion of what I had to talk about, and I'd be happy to, of course, answer any questions if you want to save them to the end, but I'm sure you have your own specific questions about those types of things. But now I want to move on to kind of what I see as the future of web browsing. That's the mobile web. Right now, there are over 2.4 billion mobile phone users worldwide, and 30% of those have browsed the internet on their phone. So that's 700 million plus, and that is growing very rapidly. And this is the reason why the mobile web browsing is predicted to become the next predominant internet platform. It is predicted that future mobile sites will prove to be a necessity. And right now there are millions of users that are browsing the internet all the time. But unfortunately, a lot of the websites that exist today are not optimized for mobile phones, and so they don't actually load properly. So that's something you want to investigate maybe for your own site. And so, of course, with a growing user base, there's also a growing opportunity for advertising. And what is very attractive right now, if you investigate some mobile advertising opportunities, whether they be through text messages or buying ads on web applications, one of the very attractive things is the fact that 99% of all text messages are opened. And I think we all know that that is far and beyond the percentage of emails that are open. So you can see the effectiveness that could be through a text messaging campaign over other types of marketing like email or online ads. The other great thing about the mobile phone market is that it is kind of a worldwide market, and it's a way that if you're trying to reach international students, it's definitely a platform that you can utilize to do that. So right now, I'd like to open it up to any questions. I want to thank Jeff and Gary for inviting me to speak to you today. And so if you have any specific questions or things that you've tried and or things that you're thinking about trying, I'd be happy to talk to you about them.
Okay, Andrew, this is Gary. I have a couple via Twitter.
Okay.
One of them is, how do you propose to get buy-in from upper administration to use Twitter regularly to contact students, etc.? How would you go about that, do you think?
I'm sorry, I missed it. How would you get upper administration officials to buy in? Is that what you said?
Yeah, to Twitter and new technology type things.
Yeah, that's one of the main criticisms of social media, not only in colleges but in the corporate world as well, is that it's difficult to prove the necessary results to prove that all of the effort you put into it is worthwhile. So what I would suggest is that you set up a strict system of goals and make sure that those goals are trackable, whether they're a certain number of followers or a certain number of, you need to have a system of a certain number of tweets per day or week or a month or whatever it is, and then stick to that system, but be willing to try out some new things and try to always improve that. But in order to sell, get higher administration officials to buy in, the key is to be able to show that there's going to be methods for tracking and reaching those goals. So Twitter would be you could either advertise, certain things on your website, and then you can set up tracking mechanisms on your website so you can easily see how many people, were driven there from your Twitter account. You can set up goals as far as number of followers, like I said before. So things like that.
Yeah, EMAC advice also says that to try tweet reach. I don't know if you've used that before. I know if people have used that.
No, I haven't used that before.
And that they've been able to show how effective it is using that.
Tweet reach, you said?
Yeah, tweet reach.
Okay.
That's what someone has said in the Twitter stream. And then Lynn Ellison also on Twitter says that her challenge is trying to make her office Twitter account more interactive. So any advice on that?
Make her office Twitter account more interactive.
Yeah.
Well, one way is you could try to tweet links that go to interactive things. I don't know if that would accomplish what you're talking about, but if you could set up on your office's website, interactive items such as polls or discussions, things like that, then you could tweet and have people, your followers then would be connected to something interactive.
I have a question on the GoToWebinar software. It says, do you have any recommendations on programs similar to TweetDeck or TweetGrid?
Oh, I am a big fan of TweetDeck. That's what I use to manage all of our Twitter accounts. I remember looking around at quite a few, but I tried them out for a couple days, but I decided I like TweetDeck the best.
Yeah, I used TweetDeck early on. I love CSMIC Desktop, and they also have a web version. And sometimes I use Hootsuite just because you can get multiple accounts and it doesn't eat up your bandwidth because it's web-based.
Oh,
there is a website.
Right.
Yeah, there's a website called 140. So it's 140.com, and 40 is spelled out. And it's kind of like the app store for Twitter. And you can go on and learn all about the different Twitter applications, be it for your computer, for your phone, whatever it is, and it's still fairly new. And people go in and give recommendations on what their favorite apps are on there. So if you're looking for something like that, I would look at 140.com.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Gary, any other questions on your side over there?
Good for me on this side.
We may have lost Gary.
Nope, that's it for me.
Oh, okay, there it is. And I went ahead and found Tweet Reach here.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is what this looks like. So I just go in and put your oh, okay. So you can put in your, so let's do hashtag. It was only used for 2 days, and it'll show you how far it traveled. So this would be interesting. So if you put a link out there, it can show you how many times people opened it. So it really helps, I guess, with the return on investment question of how many people are actually viewing your information. So.
Definitely.
And you get pie charts, which is good. And I get to show everyone's Twitter messages that they've been sending out. So, yeah, I've never seen Tweet Reach, so that's great. I would definitely look into that more. And I got to say, the fact that we've only used this hashtag for 2 days and it's reached over 3,000 people, I think is kind of an impressive stat.
Yeah, that's great.
I I don't know if there are any more questions. I'm going to go back to your screen. Can you tell us just a little bit about what it is your company does and how it works?
Yeah, sure. Our company is basically a place where colleges and universities can leverage all the other social media efforts that they're doing, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. They can kind of create an online presence, an online booth on our website where they can incorporate all of those aspects. And there's also a number of other social media things that you can include, and it brings those all into one place and combine that with your standard, school's profile, and you can post things also such as like upcoming events and deadlines, and then it's a place where students can find and browse through all that information all at once, and then those students can request, can submit their contact information to colleges, and it's a way that colleges can get leads by setting up that booth, and then there's also an instant messaging feature where you can chat live with high school students as well.
Does it cost the schools anything?
The schools, it's free to set up a booth, and then all you do is you pay per lead that you collect. So you can either set it up and take advantage of the free advertising and free exposure, and you can link to your own page on your booth, so you can take advantage of all that stuff for free, and then you only start paying whenever you want to turn it into a lead collection tool.
Okay. Great. So a seller out there listening or watching this video later and do something with admissions, check out virtualcollegefairs.com, since it doesn't cost you anything to get started.
Right, exactly. Thanks.
Well, I think that's all we have for now. I don't see any other questions come in. So Andrew, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
And sharing information. And the contact information is on the screen there, andrew.stewart@virtualcollegefairs.com, and then Andrew VFC on Twitter, so you can follow him on Twitter and find more information there. So.
Great. Thank you.